Welcome back to the Swang Glow Podcast Show. It is yours truly, Do Rock Crip. What's happening with all my people out there in the free world today? Man, it is an absolute pleasure to be back here at the round table amongst my round table family. Now, look, I'm not going to hold y'all. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this thing, man. Now, I did a video the other day titled The Comptons, I think it said The Comptons beat and rob a Dodge City Crip. You know what I'm saying? I just did this video a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? Not that long ago. Okay, now the response that I got back from that video was from the guy, one of the guys that I mentioned in that video by the name of Spade from Dodge City. Okay, he jumped in the comment section as well as two more of his homeboys, right? And they chose to voice their opinion about the video that I put out. Of course, the guy Spade wasn't happy with the video at all. You know what I'm saying? Understandably so, being that he was portrayed in that video as exactly what he is, a buster, point blank, period. Okay, now I'll put no extras on anything that I bring to my roundtable family. And again, a lot of these stories happened over 20 something years ago, including this one. This one happened probably like almost 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But I don't put no extras on anything that I present to this roundtable. I don't know too many other YouTubers that would actually jump behind a camera and admit to being taken off on. I've done that a couple of times because with your wins comes losses. Point blank, period. And like I always tell y'all, it's too many people that know me, that know my name. I cannot come and jump behind this camera and false advertise or false represent anything or any situation or any moment in time, period. No matter how the people that I'm talking about in some of these stories feel about it. Okay? But like I said, yeah, Spade jumped in the comment section on that video where I was talking about him and voiced his opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me say this to this guy, Spade. If you have the 115 from that time when me and you got into it, when you came to the hole, to the Crip yard and did the PC move that you did, if you got that 115, please show it. Remember, it's been almost 25 years. I don't have that paperwork. But I beg of you, because you said in the comment section that you still have those 115s. You also said that you knocked me out and that you knocked out my homeboy, Master C from Altadena Block. Okay, now, if you have any of those 115s, please, just like how I've done that video on you and how I'm doing this one on you, you know what I'm saying? Please do a video in response and show those receipts where it say in black and white that you knocked me out, that I was a defenseless person because you knocked me out. I wasn't able to defend myself. Please show this. Please show. From my recollect on what the 115 said is exactly what happened, how I described it in that video. You came out, you got off. You got off on me. And it did nothing. No, you didn't knock me out. No, you didn't daze me. No, I wasn't lost and confused. No, I was not defenseless. None of that. Stop the cap. Again, I encourage you, if you have that 115, that black and white paperwork, present it on YouTube to us all and add it to me. And if you got that, I will put it on my show and show people, look, he has paperwork that says that he knocked me out and that I was a defenseless person. I encourage that. Bring it on. Bring it on. If you don't have the receipts like I do, I told your big homeboy that also jumped in the comment section and voiced his opinion about something that he wasn't even there for. You know what I'm saying? And since you talking about this 15 seconds of fame, because I chose to speak on this situation, OG, listen, OG, let me explain something to you. I don't know you, right? I don't know you. I had no issues with you. Let's not forget, you're talking about 15 seconds of fame. You jumped in my comment section on my video and voiced your opinion about something you wasn't even in that prison for. You don't know what your homeboy was up there doing. You don't know how he was getting down and what he was engaging in. But those of us that was on that yard with him, that was in that building, Spade was right down the tier from me. We was both on the upper tier. He was right down the tier. I think he was in like 20, I want to say like 203, maybe 204. You feel me? And I was right down the tier from him in like 212, 213. Thanks. So I know how he got down. And to his other homeboy that jumped in the comment section, and see, what I find it funny is you dudes is trying to justify him doing the PC move that he did, talking about why he didn't get a head up fade. You know what? Listen, I love receipts. I love, you know what I'm saying, being able to have that moment to look at y'all and laugh at you because I got receipts to the things that I present to this round table. I always do. I always do. So there's no story that I have brought that I can't provide receipts for. Some type of receipt. I promise you that. And this guy Spade from Dodge City is no exception. Now let me say this before I go any further, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's no beef with the Dodge City Crips. The Dodge City Crips is way out in San Pedro. The Do-Rock Crips is way out in the other opposite direction in the San Gabriel Valley. Night and day. We have no interactions ever. So there's no beef with the Dodge City Crips. This involves me and Spade. All right? So for all you other dudes from his hood that's jumping out there that have any comment about whatever, you entitled to that. But at the same token, don't try to say that I fabricated anything. And that your homeboy was this super low-down Crip, holy saint that couldn't do no wrong, and y'all don't understand why he was getting his head beat up. Well, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna say one thing that I'm gonna have to correct myself on as to why the Comptons, jumped on his head. That part I had mistaken. He wasn't in debt to them. You feel me? And you know, I brought receipts, so I'm gonna go ahead and run these video clips real quick, and then we gonna come back and talk about it. What up, bro?
Hey, what's up with it? What's up with it, homie?
Hey, I'm glad to have you part of the show today. I hate to bring you into this craziness that's going on online, but can you let the people know your name and where you from, please?
I'm Soldier out in front of Compton.
Hey, now me and you go back a long time, many years. I've been knowing you a very long time, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, close to 30 years.
Yeah, at least about 30.
All right, now, you remember our time in Calipatria, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember a guy by the name of Spade from Dodge City?
Yes, sir. I do remember Spain. Yeah, I remember very well. I remember.
Okay, can you give us an account of things that transpired with Spade on the shorthand?
I mean, real quick, like I really don't like speaking about old boy because I mean he went over there to the other side and shit. But just a quick synopsis. It was a situation where I had some phone time. I gave it to one of my homies, my homie Zebo from Santana.
Yeah, Zebo Santana Block.
Yeah. Gave it to him, and then the boy Spade go over there and ask the police for some time on the phone. And so he asked the police for some time on the phone, and he was trying to get my slot, but I gave my slot to the homie.
Yeah.
So when he came and asked me to use that time, I told him no, I gave that to the homie.
Yeah.
So I told him that I go do whatever else I was doing. A few minutes later, the homie Zebo come and tell me that the boy done go to the police and tell the police that he's taking his time.
Yeah.
So by him going to the police, telling the police that Zebo is taking his phone time, that's a straight violation. You know, first of all, it was my time to give. Second of all, you don't go to the police for shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You come and, yell at us.
Exactly.
So that being said, the nigga whooped on him, point blank period.
Okay, now in that altercation, right?
Yeah.
That did not involve myself. I wasn't involved in that, right?
Hey, no, and and in no kind of way. Like what you or anybody else had to do with that. That was between me, him, and Zebo.
Okay, now because he's jumping online, him and his homeboys pretty much saying that he should have got a head up fade for that situation for one, and then secondly, they saying that he did the PC move on me because I was part of the Crip fraction in that building. They trying to justify him doing the PC move,
Yes.
but I just wanted to show that I had nothing to do with him getting jumped on, right?
At all. At all. That didn't have nothing to do with not only you, but no other Crip fraction. That was a personal situation between me and my homies. And he could have got a heads up with me, but the homie Zebo wasn't allowing it, you know what I mean? And he jumped in and did what he did. So that was a Compton thing. That didn't have nothing to do with nobody else.
Exactly. Okay, so now he's saying this stuff about his property getting taken, right?
Yeah.
And he also, even when we was in the hole, when the situation occurred, he tried to say that I had something to do with his property being taken. Okay, now to your account, did I have anything to do with this man's property getting taken?
Not at all. All them are fabrications and lies.
Okay, hey, that's all I really wanted to ask you, right?
That's funny
Because
to me. That's
yeah,
actually funny to me.
it's comical because they are going extra hard to try to preserve this man's reputation. Oh, so guess who didn't have nothing to do with that man Spade getting jumped on? Guess who didn't have nothing to do with Spade's property getting took? Had nothing to do with me, like I've been telling y'all. This comes directly from the man, one of the men that jumped on Spade in the day room that day. You just heard from his mouth. From his mouth to all my viewers' ears, including Spade, including his big homeboy, the OG dude that jumped in my comments and basically threatened me. I caught that threat, bro. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? And this other homeboy that was questioning things. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, I didn't know he went to the other side. You know what I mean? And we know what the other side mean. In case y'all don't know, that mean he went PC, 50-50, EOP. You know what I'm saying? That mean he went that route. Okay? That comes from Soldier's mouth to all of y'all ears as well. I didn't know that part. And that just goes to show y'all, as far as me having it confused as to why they did what they did to Spade that day, I had nothing to do with it. Did I know that they was going to get on his head? Everybody knew. The person that is going to happen to is always the last one to know until it happened to me. Okay? But it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with me, as y'all just heard. So these dudes is jumping on, trying to justify him doing a PC move. I don't know where y'all got y'all cripping from, or where y'all learned it from, bro. But y'all kind of confused. Y'all got the politics of this thing mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all sitting here trying to justify. Oh, his one homeboy. Oh, well, he probably did that to you because he didn't know where it was gonna come from, being that he kept getting took off on. That ain't how it happened to Spade. That ain't how it happened to Spade. Spade was on that yard with me for a while. You know what I'm saying? Before that even happened to him. Okay? And then the situation with the Long Beaches, I wasn't even over there on that yard for it. So how does that involve me? How do that justify him taking off on me? That's like me having a beef with some dudes from Long Beach, from Insane, and from Rolling 20s in Long Beach. But instead of me taking off on them, I go way out to LA and take off on a Playboy gangster or a Hoover. That's, come on, man. And y'all justifying this dude's acts and you questioning why this happened to him. Well, you just heard the reason why it happened to him as far as the Comptons go. That was one of the Comptons that jumped on his head. That day in the day room, bro got whooped. Bang. Got his chain snatched, that nice little chain that you used to wear, Spade. Remember that one? They snatched that off your neck. I sat there and watched that. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you refused to come back to the yard, and they went to your celly and made him pack up all your stuff, all your property, including that nice little radio you used to have. Packed up all that, you know what I'm saying? And took it. Had nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. You are a lying piece of, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Come on. And you dudes that's trying to justify his busterism, y'all crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, I'm not going to disrespect them because I don't know these dudes. The OG, you said your name in there. You told me to go do my investigation on you and all this and that. I'm not doing none of that because I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever reputation you think you got, everybody got a reputation, but that don't your reputation don't pay you. It don't get you to the next stage in life. So I don't care about none of that. Everybody got a reputation. You know what I'm saying? How y'all are mad because your homeboy did some busterism. He did some busterism. He don't get jumped on for being a good Crip. And it happened to you over and over. I can't explain to y'all why the Long Beachers got on his head like that. He was over there on that yard with them for a while. And then whatever he did that rubbed them men the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? They handled him. So again, and let me throw this out there. When he came back there to the hole, right? The dudes from Long Beach was back there in the hole also. They was on that Crip yard. They was charging them two dudes with great bodily injury to an inmate. They was waiting on the district attorney to pick that case up that they caught on Spade. That was the two homies from Long Beach. Okay, so Spade, I got this question for you since you got all this paperwork. I can't wait for you to present. Show it to us, please. If you knocking me out, I even want to see that because the way you made that shit sound in the comments, oh my God, that was so theatrical. Good work, but hey, why didn't you come back there to the yard and take off on the two dudes from Long Beach? One of them that was back there, they beat you. You came back there all ooh-weed up. They beat you real good. So instead of just choosing a random person like myself that had nothing to do with the Long Beach is jumping on your head, and as we just seen from the homie soldier from original Front Hood, Compton Crip said, oh, Creep had nothing to do with none of that. This is why we did what we did to him. So you weird ass niggas gonna continue to try to justify your homeboy busterism? Come on, man. Y'all messing with the wrong one. And OG, I told you, I asked you, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you really want to pursue this? You really want to keep jumping in my comments saying this and saying that? You know what I'm saying? And shooting half threats at me? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't cripping too? Hey, we can take it to the next stage. And I told you what I was gonna do before I did it. And you said you invited it. So here it is. Here's your 15 seconds of fame. And I left those comments over there on that show. Y'all can go and look at that show. Go to the comment section. The comments are still there. Not unless they choose to delete it. I'm leaving it. I want people to see it. Because you was warned before you even, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, take that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving an account on a situation that occurred that not just myself look at as a buster act, but everybody that was back there that seen it happen. A buster act. He should have came back there and got off on one of the dudes from Long Beach that actually was fighting a great bodily injury on him. I'm not the one that jumped on his head. I'm not the one that robbed that man of nothing. Had nothing to do with me. He did a buster move, period. You know what I'm saying? He might be somebody in y'all section of the Dodge Cities. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? We all got them like that. But at the same token, bro, you know what I'm saying? Behind the walls, he did some busterism. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is, man. Let me run this other clip. Then we're going to come back and wrap this thing on up. Hey, bro, I appreciate you taking the time out, soldier. You know what I'm saying? You know, this happened over 27 years ago, 25 years ago, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you, man, taking the time out to come and holler at me about this situation, man, just to get some clarity on it.
Yeah, always here for clarity, always here for truth. That's what I stand for.
For sure, for sure. I appreciate you, bro. Much love always.
All the time, brother. Same here.
Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, for taking the time out to come to the round table, you know what I'm saying, to give us your full account of everything that took place, you know what I mean, pretty much let the people know that I had no involvement in this dude getting his head beat in at that time with y'all. You know what I mean? I had nothing to do with him getting beat up by the Long Beaches. You know what I mean? He did a PC move, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be my very last time addressing this situation. You know what I mean? So you dudes that want to keep jumping in the comments saying this and that, whatever you curious about, ask your homeboy. Tell your homeboy Spade to keep it real, to be real for once in his life. Once in his life, be real. You know what I'm saying? And let your homeboys know that, you know what I'm saying, this isn't just a slander Spade campaign. Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? I'm giving an account of something that took place a very, very long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And the way that I look at it, the way that everybody that was around at that time look at it, it was a PC busted move, period. You should have came back there and got the men that got you. You know what I'm saying? You bypassed them and took off on the person that didn't even see it coming. And the cold thing about it, you couldn't even do nothing with it. If you knocked me out, how did I end up on top of you beating your head in? I'm going to tell you how. Because I two-pieced you real quick and dropped you after you got off on me. You got off them 3 good ones, bing, 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 and I responded very quickly. Wasn't knocked out, wasn't dazed, wasn't confused, none of that. For all inquiring minds that want to know, I two-pieced him real quick, real fast, real swift, dropped him, jumped on top of him, and just started beating his head in until I started getting shot. Okay? Until I start getting shot, not him. They only shoot the aggressor, the person that won't stop fighting. Spade didn't get hit one time. Tell him to tell y'all that. He didn't get shot one time. I got shot because I was on top of him, beating him. I was the aggressor. How can a person that got knocked out get shot up so many times and he gets shot none? question these things, man. And to the Dodge cities that jumped in my comments, you know what I'm saying, that said this and say that, question your homeboy. Don't question me. And don't send no threats my way neither, bro, because I'm cripping like just like you. For real, for real. On that note, hey, man, I hate to, bring this type of energy to my roundtable family, but I got to keep it real at all costs. At all costs. Like I said, there's too many people that know me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's too many. You know what I mean? And you're not going to hear too many faulty stories about Crip being a liar, Crip involving himself in faulty situations. You know what I'm saying? Like a person getting his property took. Nah, that ain't my way. You know what I'm saying? I get mine's another way. And taking something from somebody, nah, that ain't the way. For real, for real. On that note, though, I'm out of here. I'm finna let y'all get back to the rest of y'all day, man. Shout out to the Dodge cities, too, man. Much love and respect, you know what I'm saying, to that keyway fraction. In no way, shape, form, or fashion is there beef or any of that. I'm not taking no shots at no Dodge cities and none of that. This is only Spade. And the dudes that's jumping in my comment section saying any and whatever, you know what I'm saying, that just sounds stupid. It don't make no sense. On that note, I'm up out of here. Till the next time we meet at this round table of all my round table family. Triple gang.